Yeah, what's good, everybody, man? It's J Dub, man. I'm back in the building, man. We're going to talk about a little bit of sports, and we're going to talk about the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. The preseason game, and just kind of the week leading up to the preseason game. I'm also going to talk a little bit about USA basketball playing against Serbia today as well, because I caught that game. I was watching that game today, and got some thoughts on that. And so I'm gonna start with the Giants and the Lions. So, we had a preseason game today. Just the first one of the season. Kind of the lead up to it. With the joint practices with the Detroit Lions, and and you saw and everybody saw the fights and all the physicality that went on with the practices. And then we also got fined 200K along with the Lions for being too physical. The NFL put out a memo sometime I think around May, talking about not getting after it too hard in joint practices, but everybody forgot about that, and we just went and got after it, because guys fired up, guys is tired of practicing against their own teammates and stuff like that, and then now they actually got an opposing team to kind of let out their intensity on, and things went the way it went. So it is what it is. We love, as fans, we love to see it. We love to see our team being physical. We love our team not being pushed around. Especially when they come into your building. You want to see your team have a little bit of moxie. You know what I'm saying? So it was just good to see the Giants. We're going to be that. If anything, we're probably going to be a team that's going to play hard. Depending. We'll see how the talent works out as far as us against opposing teams going into the season. But I like to see that. That's what I want to see. I want to see for my team compete. At the end of the day, we'll win games, we'll lose games, we'll have good seasons, we'll have bad seasons. But I want to see a competitive team. At the end of the day, if I see my team competing on a week to week basis, then I'm good. I can live with the outcomes. I can live with wins and losses. Either way, it's not a big deal. Cause there's always next season for everything. There's always development. Training. Conditioning. Repetition, chemistry. All those things. Those things take time. You can't manufacture Super Bowls. That's why not a whole lot. There's still teams that haven't won a Super Bowl. So you can't get too caught up in wanting your team to be the best team ever every year. You gotta appreciate, you gotta respect the development of that and the build up to that, and making all the right decisions to kind of get yourself to that point. So in the day, that I'm good with with anything, as far as long as we're competing. That's just that's how I always felt about my team, any of my sports teams. We're competing, then I'm down. I can live with the results. But anyway, we got all the fights and stuff like that, the fines and everything. Now we're here in the preseason game. Wasn't no fights, wasn't no craziness going on in the preseason games, but we did come out on top. Eric Gray had a good day. I like to see that. I like to see him kind of establish himself as a number 2 back behind Devin Singletary, who didn't play, as well as Daniel Jones didn't play. Malik Neighbors didn't really play like that. Jalen Hyde, we so Wanda Roberts, you was pretty much the number 1 guys, really didn't get out there too much, or if at all, so because it was a rainy day, so they weren't trying to risk anybody getting hurt, on the turf. So that was smart on the coaching staff's part to keep those guys out. But we got to see a few things. We got to, like I said, we got to see Eric Gray score a couple scored our touchdowns. We got to see Drew Lock get in there. He threw a pick and set up their only points of the game for the field goal. And then you got Tommy DeVito coming in and kind of running the offense. You kind of can tell that the energy of the team changed when Tommy DeVito got in the game. So we'll see how it plays out through the preseason. But I'm feeling like Tommy DeVito should be the number 2 quarterback. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna. So we'll see, because Drew Lock maybe had a bad day, but we'll figure it out. As we go along. The next couple preseason games that we got coming up. But yeah, like I said, defense played well. This pretty much the backups for the most part, but they played pretty well outside of that field goal. They got a pick, and then then our second turnover was because they fumbled the pick after the interception. So we got to clean up the turnovers. So overall it was a good day. It's still preseason though. I'm not gonna get too excited. But that's what I like to see. Winning is winning. It doesn't really count towards nothing, but it matters. It matters to see your team play play like a football team, going into the season. So I'm looking forward to how we look pretty much in the next couple games, and then practices and everything like that, and keeping everybody healthy going into the football season. Now I'm gonna go into the USA basketball game against Serbia, and yeah, they came out. They eked that one out. Just to be real, they really what it came down to was that the fourth quarter they just cut the water off on the 3 pointers. The Serbia had like 15 3 pointers going into the fourth quarter. Because nobody's really playing defense on the threes. We were just kind of playing off the three ball a little bit, letting them kind of dictate that. Jokic didn't really have a super great night. He did. He's always gonna be a factor on the court. Because he can do so many things. But as far as scoring, he had an off night, I would say. But he still was an impact on the game. He was in foul trouble, so he couldn't be as aggressive on defense against the centers. That's why Joel Embiid got to get off a little bit towards the end of the game because he couldn't foul him. So Joel Embiid got to really get busy and get some buckets to kind of get USA back into the game. LeBron James did what he always does. He always impacts the game in 100 different ways. Scoring, rebounding, assisting. Where he needs to be assisting. Basically, being our point guard. He's essentially. I would consider LeBron James basically our Magic Johnson on the USA basketball team. Steph Curry obviously had the best game of the night and probably of the whole tournament. He had 36 points. He finally got busy. He's been kind of quiet. For the most part throughout the Olympic tournament. But this game he really got to show out and do his thing and make a lot of timely buckets. And basically pretty much the first 3 quarters kept us in the game. Like if he didn't have the good night he had, that we wouldn't have done anything. We wouldn't have made it out, obviously. And then you got KD, Devin Booker, those guys, was hitting timely shots in the fourth quarter and throughout the game as well. Devin Booker's been pretty solid throughout the whole basketball tournament. Nobody's talking about that. And KD's, coming off the bench doing KD stuff, making timely buckets, keeping himself involved in the game. So it was a good game. It was a good team win. It was a must win. Because USA is not we're not a bronze or silver medal team. We're a gold medal team, and anything less than the gold medal is a failure of a tournament. So we had to win the game, and I'm glad the sense of urgency went up once the fourth quarter started because they were down 13 points. Going into the fourth. Because Bogdanovich, had a good night. He was pretty much doing his thing, and like I said, it was just, it just seemed like they were kind of pulling away with the game into the fourth quarter. Then USA kind of turned it up a notch. Kind of started playing more of a half court defense. Kind of jumping on the ball handlers early rather than kind of playing too far back, and then they cut the water off from the threes. I think Serbia didn't score and didn't knocking out any threes, and that kind of allowed the U.S. to kind of get on the break and run and kind of knock down some shots and get the offense moving and use their athleticism as to their advantage, and then pull out with the win. It was a good win, and I was happy to see that. So looking forward to seeing the U.S. play France in the gold medal game against Wemby in France. Wemby, Nick Batum. They got a lot of guys, a lot of versatile guys too. So it's going to be interesting to see how USA matches up with that. I think USA needs to play a little bit smaller, even though you got Wemby out there. I think you want to have a little more, even though there's nobody that's going to be taller than Wemby, regardless. But Wemby tends to play a little bit more outside. So I think that's gonna that should make Steve Kerr want to use more of his wings in this game to kind of match up a little bit better with France. France appears to be big. We have enough big men. We can use Joel Embiid. We can use Bam. We can use AD. I think AD is gonna have it's gonna be a big game for AD. I think AD should be the focal point of the gold medal game, along with obviously LeBron, Steph, Anthony Edwards. Guys like that are going to be important for the gold medal games. You give Jason Tatum some minutes as well. I want to see Jason Tatum get out there and get some minutes and play well. It should be a game that he should be able to have an impact on as well. But I think everybody's going to play a part in the gold medal game. It's going to take everybody to close the deal, get the gold medal for the U.S. and kind of complete the Olympics. Because we're leading in the medals right now. We should be leading in the gold medals. I think we caught up with China, and now I think we're running away with a total medal count. So I think overall it was a success for the USA. As far as Olympics, we there's a few outside of losing the shooting tournament. That don't make no sense. We supposed to be everybody had to ride to bear arms, but we can't beat China and Turkey in the shooting tournament. So we didn't even medal in it. No, so at least we could have got a bronze or something like that. At least represent. But no, we lose the shooting tournament, but we will win in everything else. That's America for you. So, But anyway, it was good. It was good. It was a good look. So, happy to see it overall. The Olympics was good. Football is coming. Basketball season's down the road. Now we're getting back into some actual some sports. Hopefully, we see some good baseball, and it looks good. Everything is getting back to kind of out of the dog days of the summer, in these next few weeks. So, but anyway, I'm leaving it at that, man. I appreciate y'all checking in with me. Hopefully, I'll be back for some more. Actually, I might do a video for the gold medal game. I'm gonna watch that very close and pretty much highlight that real quick when next time I come on, and depending on I'll probably do the next preseason game depending on how that goes. Maybe I might do it, maybe I won't. We'll see how it goes, or anything else that pops up between now and going into the season. So, but anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Peace out. You guys have a great night. Stay locked in. Keep subscribing. Keep alerting yourself on the videos, and I appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. Have a great night.